Cenk Alper has joined me, the CEO of Sabancı Holding and founding member of CNBC's ESG Council. Cenk, thank you so much for joining us here on the studio set.
Thank you very much for having me here.
We just played some tape around the cost of living crisis, and anyone following Turkey knows that the country has been into a currency crisis, faced soaring inflation, over 20%, well and above what we're seeing in the West, and it's been very much facing some of these strains that the international community is now facing. What does that mean? Because one of the messages here from Davos is that if you're in a bad financial position as a country first up going into the crisis, then you're feeling the effects even more now that we've got global inflation. What do you say about that and the position in Turkey?
Yeah, likewise, the other countries in the world, inflation is a larger problem in Turkey. The responsibility is in the shoulders of the central bank governors, actually. We, as the business society, consistently giving our messages that, we have to follow the orthodox policies to tackle with inflation in Turkey, but the current situation right now is trying to replace the global supply chain crisis out of Turkey and grow Turkish economy within this position.
Erdogan has had a huge reluctance to raise interest rates in the past, but now we've seen from other central banks that they're very firmly on the page of tightening. Do you think that provides some cover for a change of position in Turkey?
We have to leave this to the central bank governor and ministers of economics. We as Sabancı holding a resilient portfolio in terms of our businesses we are active in, also geographies we are active in, and we are consistently delivering our performance financially and strategically. So in that respect, I believe Turkish economy, players of the Turkish economy, and probably likewise the other countries will get through this inflationary environment.
Turkey is pivotal now as a country as we talk about geopolitics. The world is watching as to whether there will be a breakthrough around the inclusion of Finland and Sweden into NATO membership. And I'm sure you have a much better lens on this as to what Erdogan is angling for here by pushing back. Is this just a negotiation that's playing out?
I think geopolitically Turkey is bearing the costs of Syrian war, Iraqi war for many years, and we are helping NATO. Turkey is one of the strong members of NATO, and hosting more than 8 million refugees in Turkey. We play a crucial role for the NATO security, NATO countries' security. I believe, like the NATO General Secretary expressed yesterday in his speech, we'll find a common ground to come up a good solution.
So you think it is a negotiation then?
We'll see.
Let me turn to sustainability, because I know you've been talking a lot about sustainability here, like most other CEOs. There are concerns that we get derailed from targets because of the cost of living crisis, the soaring cost of energy, that everyone is so fixated on energy security, and whatever solution it takes to plug the gap is the right solution. That seems to be the lens of some countries, of some companies. What are you seeing in Turkey and across some of the emerging markets? Are you seeing that same reverse away from climate targets because of immediate security concerns around energy?
It's a crisis, but at the same time, it's an opportunity for us because it drives us to improve our investments, to speed up our investments, especially on renewables. So as Turkey, in the last 10 years, we are increasing our renewables investments and decreasing our dependency to oil and gas. So in that respect, Turkish government has certain incentive policies on energy, and we as companies, we have a big energy portfolio in Turkey. We are consistently delivering our strategic priorities over there and continuing to invest in renewables. Likewise, Europe, I think this will, yes, currently it's a crisis, but in the long run will help the sustainability goals.
Renewables are not immune to inflation. We've seen some of the input costs of constructing these projects also rise. And at this point, it's very hard to prove that there's the return on investment. We've seen some of the renewable stocks, even listed in the United States, suffer from the big selling that's taken place on the stock market. What does that mean in terms of getting fresh money to commit to renewables at this stage? Is it becoming harder to try and get that capital?
On one side, yes, it's harder, but on the other side, there are green funds or ESG funds looking for sustainable strategies. As Sabancı Holding, we have a clear strategy on delivering our long-term sustainability targets and further investing into renewables. Very short, our renewable portfolio in overall energy will be higher than 50%. So with that, I think we will be able to attract new green funds to our system. Likewise, the other countries.
Cenk, very good to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining us around the set today. Cenk Alper with us, the CEO of Sabancı Holding and founding member of CNBC's ESG Council.